Alright, everybody, we're here for Raw Review. Mullins, you went to Raw tonight.
I was at Monday Night Raw live in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Tell me,
Mullins.
what was Raw like? Like the overall
Raw was
feeling.
Raw was nuts. Like the atmosphere's just nuts about it. Like everyone's just all hyped up. Like from the start to the finish. It was really weird because we got in right when they opened the doors, so I saw them setting up the ring and everything. And I swear they were doing some kind of goofy stenciling crap on the mat, and but you could never see it. I don't know why they even did it. Like I swear there was like some spray paint looking like stencil stuff.
So let's talk about. You said JoJo was taking signs. Tell me a bit about that, because I've never been to a wrestling show that's not bigger than.
During the commercial break, like they had the camera panning signs, and JoJo obviously was doing the ring announcement, was reading the signs and stuff, and there were some really cool, clever signs, and I swear to you, there was a sign that said "Dick's out for Harambe," and she's like, "Oh, next sign."
Did they take away anyone's signs?
Not that I had noticed. I did not see anyone get their sign physically taken. We may hear about them taking signs, because I usually hear about at least a few people a week.
How many grown men with their $600,000, $800,000 replica titles were there within eyesight?
I lost count in double digits. There was at least 11.
Well, that's beautiful. Anyways, let's kick off. I bounced back between Raw and the debates, but of course the first hour of Raw was a very, 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 very long and pointless, in my opinion, Rusev versus Roman, because
that was the longest match I think Raw's ever had that wasn't an Iron Man match.
What you're telling me is a 35-minute match, which started the show. Like, it started off. I don't even know if Rusev, you were at the...
Oh, no, Rusev came out, like, before Raw even started. Like, Rusev came out and was doing his stuff, and then he was still in the ring. Then they played the intro, and then he was still in the ring just screaming.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't think Rusev had an intro. It kind of just started.
Funny thing, before Raw started, a funny thing was the crowd was chanting Harambe at Rusev, and then he's like, "No, I don't care about your Harambe. It's about Rusev."
Roman chants. Where was the crowd?
The crowd was actually behind him. I don't know why, but they were behind. Like, I wasn't, but the crowd was.
Because everyone hates Roman.
I'm surprised they got plants.
Like they must, because I thought that they were literally just gonna like pipe in sound, and I was like, oh, I was waiting for it. But the crowd actually, like, there was a decent amount of Roman cheers going on.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And it doesn't look like he's getting behind people. I think it's just that people aren't caring to boo for him as much anymore. They're kind of just like, all right, he's there, whatever. You can clearly tell there's bigger problems. So there's that. But how were you close enough to see Rusev and Roman? Like, could you feel their sweat getting on you as they were going through the crowd for the count out?
No, I wasn't on the floor. I was maybe 6 rows from the floor. Like like once you go up to that middle level, I was like 6 rows up from that.
What do you think about that? Being live for Rusev and Roman, because
the match was nuts. Like, it was pay-per-view quality match.
Like, me and Malin and Lenny, from what we watched of the show, it was like a roller coaster that you didn't know if you're gonna survive, and then you watch the presidential debates and you're pretty sure you're not even on a roller coaster anymore. So, and then we had salty bets in the background too. But it's like all the elements of everything put together. I don't even know what really happened.
Like, there was, like, the thing is, as you hear, my voice is gone. I lost it within the first 2 matches.
Well, they put the title matches.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, that literally, it burned the crowd out for a bit. Like, because the crowd for the next at least segment and a half, maybe even segment and a half, were just dead after that. After the first 2 things, and then they finally started falling back into place.
And it's weird because you have. After this, you have Sheamus and Cesaro they come out.
And they're saying with Foley.
McFoley, and I like this thing where McFoley put a tweet out, and it was like, all these people getting mad to the ending of Sheamus and Cesaro, and then like someone commented and was like, "You're the same guy who smashed the TV because Daniel Bryan wasn't in the Royal Rumble." So there's that. But
yeah, wait, if I may say something about that, like
shoot from the hip.
It wasn't like Mick Foley was the only one mad about Daniel Bryan not being in the Rumble. Millions were aggravated and pissed off. That's why canceled WWE Network was trending. The Cesaro thing, I feel, was people being ignorant about the ending. I thought the ending was a great way to continue it.
The ending was great because they actually had a story to it. They didn't just end it just to be like, okay, well, we just didn't want to bury somebody. Yeah, I'm just glad. I'm glad they had one. Like that I was pissed last night about it. I'm happy now.
Yeah, like I'm pretty chill with what we just saw. Like I'm really glad we had Mick Foley come out and was like, you two are going to get a title shot for the tag team titles. Like, that actually feels good because as sad it is,
it's something new.
They're two main event guys that are just being fillers, so it's kind of sad, but it's good for them to be a threat.
It's good. It's good to keep them in something that's going to keep them important rather than being like, okay, you know what, you're going to lose to Owens next.
Yeah, but I think if
you're going to lose next.
If you look at that one detail of that 7-layered match that happened, it was sad, but then when you look at the bigger picture of what just happened, it's pretty good. It's pretty chill to see that, hey, they're going to be teaming up. I wouldn't say in a very Team Hell No aspect, but in a aspect of, hey, we're not on eye to eye and we want to share the spotlight. Not really at all, but we want to be able to say, hey, we have.
I hope this doesn't mean a Cesaro heel turn because Cesaro is such an overspate. He's such an over good guy.
I could see a Sheamus face turn and then New Day heel turn, which I thought was gonna happen.
New Day heel turn. I swear, like I'm seeing all kinds of steam for a New Day heel turn right now.
Yeah, I'm very sad about the club. It doesn't know where we're gonna go with them because they just lost.
They need to go to SmackDown. They need to just leave and go to SmackDown.
So. The club has basically reached a point of no return where the credibility of them has diminished greatly because New Day is such a hot product for these young, irritating, idiotic fans.
It's because the New Day is just basically it's basically a gimmick that makes fun of gimmicks.
New Day rocks.
They literally turn anything to anything. You hear them going hoo. Like all they do is they do the weirdest shit they can possibly think of.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's working, and they're still getting pushed.
That's why I said it's working. They found the weirdest combination that somehow is still going, and we're now. Today was day 400, by the way, of their title reign.
Will they get to 500? Do you think?
No, they'll easily lose. I honestly think like when me and you were talking through text, yeah, they might even lose to this Sheamus Cesaro hybrid.
Someone had a good name for them. It was like Celtic Swiss or something like that, or something. I don't know.
No, it should be like the United.
The Swiss Celtics.
No, it was something Celtic something. But yeah, I could definitely see them losing it. Celtic, but it's kind of a shame, to be honest, because when you look at great tag teams that never held the titles, like the Real Americans.
Yeah, like there's so many good tag teams that WWE just like was like, yeah, that's a thrown together team, but yeah, let's just not do anything with them.
Yeah, it's very awkward. So there's that. After you had the first match was 35 minutes, you had a segment which was not as long, which kind of made you feel like we were gonna get another title match, but we didn't. So they actually went to face like a jobber tag team. But we had that title match, which of course New Day retained. Kofi got cut up apparently.
Kofi got busted open on the steps. He got thrown into the steps. I didn't see like where the blood started because the camera didn't catch it till the very end, and it was on the other opposite side of the ring. But yeah, like once you saw it, he got busted way big time. I guess he just caught the corner of the steps with his face.
So that's unfortunate. I don't think it's too bad. You know,
It wasn't like it was just very oddly placed because like the funniest part was they threw the towel in the ring at first, and I was like, I think he's bleeding. I didn't know if he was or not though. And then when they threw the towel in the ring and then they removed the towel after holding it to his head for a bit, there was all kinds of blood all over it.
Yeah, he got a really bad cut. So
You know, it's probably just like a small gash, and it just
really bled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a flesh wound.
yeah, because especially
His blood was pumping. His heart was pumping, so the blood was just flowing.
After that match, we had cruiserweight action. It was decent. You said everybody was going crazy for Rich Swann.
Rich Swann, everyone was all over Rich Swann. His little dancing and all that. Everyone was up for him.
I don't know. I don't know why they're so behind him, honestly. But
but the thing is, I was surprised they weren't really behind Cedric Alexander because I feel like he's the most entertaining of all the cruiserweights that aren't in the big picture right now.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like Gulak got shit on. So did Dorado. No one cared about Dorado.
If I can say something about
They chanted "Who are you?" at Lindsay Dorado.
and that's messed up because Lindsay Dorado is way better than Grand Metalik.
All right, Mal. I'm gonna be a good moderator, unlike during the debates. Shoot.
And
So- about Cedric Alexander, I feel like a big thing is a lot of them want to see him down in NXT
Yeah,
and
like
give him the shot there.
this is like I think, to be honest, the cruiserweights should have started off in NXT to get some steam.
That's what I don't
Because-
understand. Why some of these guys, like I can understand a few of them coming up, but I don't understand. Like, I did not think Gulak was gonna end up on the main roster.
Tony Nese
Yeah, I didn't
versus
think
T.J.
Tony Nese
Perkins. Like we
on the
had a
main roster
second.
either.
We had a second cruiserweight.
We had
match.
two, and and yeah, that means they had to switch those ropes out twice.
which I just want to say,
True.
that must be a pain in the ass to get
The funny, like, I wish I would have got a video of them doing this. The funniest part is right before like this cruiserweight action starts, you could see a large, like it was at least a line of 25 guys, like lined up, ready to run out. Whatever, like the lights would go out and they would go to commercial break and whatnot, and they just bolt.
They're like, we got 3 minutes, guys. Go, go, go. We'll do a
we got
segment.
cruiserweight action. Run.
And the thing is, they don't even like switch the ropes. They pull this like film thing over the ropes that makes them purple.
Are you
Because
so it's like
I
a
didn't
green
see
screen.
them unhooking the rope.
Wait, so it's like a green screen effect.
It's almost like a green screen effect. They just like it's like the little like I guess a covering they put over top of the ropes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which because I wondered about that because I was like, there's no way because I mean, I've never put together a ring, but I've seen people put together a ring
it's
before.
time consuming.
It doesn't look like an easy process.
It's time consuming. Lenny, you actually have done this though, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
repaired many rings.
Yeah, how easy is it to put ring ropes together?
Well, basically, like the ropes are already on the turnbuckle, but I imagine it would be a pain in the ass to take out those ropes and then replace them with a different color, because it's a pain in the ass to just get them onto the turnbuckle anyway.
Especially in the time they get, like it's like it was like a 3-minute process.
And they had different turnbuckles too, though, right? Because the logo.
Yeah, and they had different turnbuckle pads too.
Yeah, so that's a pain in the ass.
So I had to do that twice. Transition back and forth. For one match that didn't really have enough hype, it seemed like this week the cruiserweight division just fell flat. I don't know why. And then the second match, which was literally the champ who was feuding with Brian Kendrick.
Not like almost maybe there's a handful of guys that are actually getting cheered right now. Like I said, Alexander got decent, like not enough that I would really notice. Swan was really over. They crapped all over Gulak and Dorado and Nice. Perkins was way over.
Do you think it's time to take those guys that are clearly not over and very, very green, by the way? Like, some of them are still very green.
Like, I don't know why. Like, you got these guys down there that are not... these guys that are not over are coming up. And then you got guys like Gargano and Ciampa, who are way over, just still chilling down there when they could have been the cruiserweights up here.
I think this is where that awkward. Look at NXT, like maybe the cruiserweight. All right, if we still had T.J. Perkins as champion, but we built him as his own individual man, given that he's like 32 years old, and I think I have a deeper voice than him, but he's like freaking phenomenal. I'm gonna give him that. All right, like that's undoubtedly all right. Combined with the awkward story of like Brian Kendrick, who is picking up kids to take them to wrestling school, there's that. We could definitely replace a lot of those guys, put them in NXT to grow as cruiserweights, or the birth of the cruiserweight division should be, in my opinion, and let guys like Austin Aries, Neville, Sami Zayn, Gargano and Ciampa, instead of working them as a tag team, be their own people in the main roster to do the cruiserweight stuff. I'm trying to think of who else in NXT that's a cruiserweight build would do
How
phenomenal.
heavy is No Way Jose?
Yeah, I could see No Way Jose.
No Way Jose.
Oh, Andrade.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I just want to say No Way Jose is way too green right now to even be in like a front of a crowd, let alone.
There's other guys like Tony Nese, Rich
What about-
Swann.
What about Kalisto?
Kalisto's dead. He died. He got
Kalisto's
killed by Baron
dead.
Corbin.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
Hold on.
Baron Corbin killed him.
Did you not watch the SmackDown where he kind of hide-and-righted him?
He got killed. Rest in peace, Kalisto. This goes out to you. And Sin Cara, who should be in the Cruiserweight division, too.
Look, that's the thing. Like, you could build back Kalisto and Sin Cara because they lost tons of credibility when they became tag team partners. And
Not even, I
I
feel.
like Lucha Dragons. They can never
Yeah,
be
I
tag
like
team
them.
champions because of given who is champions, but...
Given
Look,
who's champions and who is in the group.
the Lucha Dragons, at first I hate the Sin Cara character.
Yes,
The
they've
Sin
ruined
Cara
him.
character has been dead since day one and should remain dead. But with the Sin Cara and Kalisto tag team, I hated it because Kalisto was such an on fire role by himself. Especially when he just had a small tag team with El Local,
Wasn't he US
aka
champ, by the way?
Ricardo Rodriguez. Like, I like him without Sin Cara because Sin Cara is the anchor on his ankle.
Did
that
Kalisto
drags
become
him
US
down.
champion? I can't remember.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did.
Kalisto
Yeah,
was
and-
good.
Yeah, he should have.
And-
He really should have continued that.
Well, he killed.
He shouldn't
all
have lost
the
to
good
Rusev.
United States belt.
I don't know. Rusev is a great U.S. champion. Freaking, I can't get my mind wrapped around why Roman has the title now. But whatever.
I don't understand. It's literally confusing because it's like the reason you bumped him down is because he had the whole drug test and all that. But why give him that mid-card title? That's like saying, okay, well, you know what? We're going to give you a title still because we want you to be the guy, but you just can't be the guy.
It makes
Look,
sense.
it's a
You
way.
can be the guy of the mid-card.
It's a way of pushing him towards gaining to deserving the spot. Remember, John Cena was United States champion. Dean Ambrose
But
was the
how long did
United
that
States
take
champion.
John Cena to get all the titles? Actually, John Cena, has he ever got a tag team title? Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he
had a
did.
tag. He just
Otunga.
never won the
Yeah.
Intercontinental
Yeah,
Championship.
that was weird. But
The IC, King of the Ring, and the Women's are the only titles he's never held.
but
Well, no one counts the women's.
but you gotta think about this. Roman's already a Triple Crown champion, and he's held the world title. Three times?
Twice.
3 times?
Three
No.
times, yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So
Yeah, but people still aren't enjoying him.
Like, I don't understand, like, why, like, the crowd's, like, I feel like it's almost like the crowd's getting back behind him, because even, like, I've noticed, like, this was not the first event where I noticed people were all of a sudden somewhat backing Roman, because
But
they
are
were
they
backing him
really,
at
though?
SummerSlam.
are they really though? That's the question. It's like you have to look at the bigger picture of as a business that plays smart and psychology, in-ring psychology. Why not just plant the crowd and give that deception of what they think people like by having 3 or 4, maybe 10 boisterous people in the crowd be like, I love Roman Reigns. It's just,
And give them all a mic so it sounds twice as loud.
Give them all mic, so all you hear is that noise, and you're like, man, this crowd's really getting loud.
Yeah.
May I just say,
Shoot.
I think it's kind of ridiculous now that we still hate on Roman, because no offense, whether you hate his like promo ability or anything like that, the man.
No, I'm just a big Russo fan. I don't really hate Roman. I'm a giant Russo fan. If anyone like knows that.
I love Russo.
I just think Roman the character is more boring than a lot of people on the roster, which is sad.
He doesn't have the charisma.
I feel like he doesn't have that like extra thing like certain people have. There's just something about someone like a Kevin Owens. There's something about a Seth Rollins. There's nothing really about a Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like with Kevin Owens, he has a strong personality, and that's why we love hating him. Seth Rollins, remember, he had to work to get a personality.
What you want about me?
Rollins did have to work because Ambrose had it naturally.
Yeah, Ambrose is just himself 90% of the time.
And remember, when like the Shield thing was happening, we all predicted that Seth Rollins wouldn't even be as high as he is now. You know,
everyone was saying that he was like Intercontinental Champion at best.
Yeah, everyone said he was going to be mid-card or lower, and he beat.
Hey, don't say everyone. I didn't say that.
Everyone also was saying Dean Ambrose would be fired because of the fact that they wouldn't like him.
Drugs.
Like, Roman Reigns doesn't need to be a very strong personality character. I mean, look at Goldberg had no personality whatsoever, and was WCW champion and undefeated for nearly a year or two, and Roman Reigns is way better than Goldberg.
Everyone's better than Ryback was better than Goldberg.
Ryback was a better Goldberg than Goldberg ever could be.
Yeah, but Roman Reigns is a great wrestler. That's why I'm sick and I hate how people are like automatically, oh, he's just John Cena.
But
like he works better.
The only people that were legitimate Goldberg fans are the same people that'll go around saying that WCW was the greatest thing to ever happen to wrestling.
The thing is, in WWE, you can be a great wrestler, sure, but WWE is about entertainers. It's not like, sure, we have a great wrestling match, but
it's about entertaining people, which is why you had the 4 guys that were in the main event tonight.
Well, Rusev, you're making me say Rusev. Roman Reigns is like a total package. He could wrestle great. His mic skills are but he doesn't need to be that kind of guy where he has mic skills. I mean, look at Brock Lesnar.
He needs a better gimmick or manager.
He needs Paul Heyman.
Thank you.
No, the thing is I'll even give you one. If anyone remembers back to Florida Championship Wrestling, anyone remembers the Leaki gimmick?
Yeah.
That gimmick was perfect on him. That gimmick would be sensational for him. He could still be his old Eric, because he's kind of arrogant even with being a face. He's an arrogant guy.
Yeah.
Like he could play the whole arrogant heel. He would be the heel that everyone wants him to be. So he would honestly get more cheers just for being a heel. People would lay off the booing him just to boo him.
I say that they should make a trade right now. Roman Reigns for Kalisto. So Kalisto can do the Cruiserweight division, and Roman Reigns can run heel with his little twin. We
at least get Wyatt too, because Kalisto in that trade.
Let's talk about dark matches. Mullins, what are the dark matches tonight?
There was no actual dark matches. They had superstars, which they had Neville fought. Who did Neville fight?
What's the point of having Neville in the arena if he's not
in the Cruiserweights?
Exactly. They had like Jinder Mahal fought. Neville fought Curtis Axel, and then Jinder Mahal fought Sami Zayn.
I bet you I know who won those two matches.
Another problem. Why is Sami Zayn there? That's another problem. All right, you have all these guys that you re-signed and like still keep around. Why have the cruiserweights take up an hour of no-name guys that you're trying?
And then the fact that Curtis Axel is now rocking an attire similar to John Cena.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's wearing like the baggy pants because he's bothered to wear the trunks anymore.
So, like, why would you have that extra hour of, like, no-name guys when you have NXT full of guys who, by God, at least are learning and have learned the WWE style more than these guys?
Well, it's not like all of the cruiserweights are from, CMLL. They don't know how to wrestle American.
Only 2 of them are.
And then Jinder Mahal got really crapped on. People were chanting stuff at him that rhymed with racist.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. I honestly was shocked.
No.
I was honestly shocked.
You should have screamed like Arab money.
Arab money.
Get the Arab money.
Well, the problem is, you have him as a heel also, all right?
Like
it's
you had the perfect chance to. I think he'd be a decent face.
How did 3MB go? That was great. They went nowheres in terms of actually,
They were all entertaining. They should have gone somewhere because they were all entertaining in that role.
And we saw what happened to Heath Slater and Drew Galloway now in TNA. So I mean, hey,
yeah, they're both in the, I guess, title hunts of stuff.
Look, I'm saying, quick side note here: Mahabali Shira replacing Jinder Mahal. We could straight up imagine how much more fun 3MB would be if they did the little finger dance. But that's besides.
Because he's more charismatic than Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, so that's besides the point. Let's get to the women's stuff. I can't even remember. Charlotte took a promo.
Charlotte and Sasha.
Charlotte did the promo with Sasha, but then also Bayley fought a no-namer and beat her real quick.
Fought a stripper.
I really thought that, I thought a no-name was going to beat somebody tonight. Like, between Cesaro and Sheamus and that no-name match, there's no Braun Strowman tonight, was there, either?
There was no Strowman. There was no Bo Dallas doing his against the Jobbers. There was no Nia Jax.
I don't know what was going on tonight. I mean, besides the presidential debate, but
this was they probably knew that
they knew the presidential debate because this was a good episode of Raw. This was a really good episode.
For you being in the arena, you might say that. But
I mean, honestly, without the ending to that first match, if that match actually had an actual clear ending, that first match, that's a pay-per-view quality match.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. But I just felt like it was very...
That tag team match was pretty pay-per-view quality as well.
It was very long. I just feel that if we have a very long match and we have no outcome, it really takes away of wow, I spent all this time and now I have to continue waiting to see if something even comes out of this, which 9 times out of 10, sadly, nothing does except for another match 3-4 weeks down the road and another pay-per-view. But
except Lana wearing a shorter skirt.
Every week.
That's what we want Lana chance.
What was trying to think, what was after? Oh yeah, Kevin Owens was on Talk Is Jericho.
Oh yeah, before that, it was Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson calling out Jericho.
Yeah, there's that, the highlight reel, and then Seth Rollins was like, "I'm gonna beat you up," and then Kevin Owens was like, "Ha, you're the injured one now." And then there's this meme posted where it's something with Cesaro nearly dying, and then Seth Rollins nearly dying, and then Bret Hart's blames Seth.
That's messed up.
It's beautiful. Memes are the greatest thing when you see them live. But other than that, I love the best friend thing of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. It's so
We're
fun.
the 3 best friends that anybody
2.
can have.
There's only 2 of them.
They're
and they're both Canadian.
They're gonna get a
it's
third
beautiful.
guy.
They're kind of like Edge and Christian in a way.
It's
they're
so
very
good.
goofy people
And
that
they're
are
good.
just
They're very good wrestlers and successful, and they don't carry each other. They're great.
And they're very charismatic. Those two are 2 of the top 4 charismatic people on the entire roster.
Yeah, so they took on your boys, Big Cass and Enzio.
The other
Speaking of charismatic.
CAS.
Speaking of charismatic.
Yeah. And they won because that's the champ should have won. The champ should not have got snubbed for this tag team.
I was hoping we were gonna get another Rollins sighting. I was really hoping about that.
Other than that, that's how Raw ended for us. How did it end for you?
That there was no after stuff.
It was just, them
I was
celebrating.
gonna say, well, because we started heading anyway, just because I didn't want to have to wait because there was already people leaving, and I was like, I'm not waiting 40 minutes in a car.
Yeah, so let's give a quick review of Raw. Mullins, from your live experience, how much would you give it?
I honestly I want to give it a 10, but then when I think about it, the first hour was great. Like, because I enjoy, like, other than that ending, like, literally, you give that even a Roman win. You give that a Roman win, and that's a pay-per-view match right there.
Yeah, I think I would be like, even if Roman won, and I'm not big on Roman, even though I'd still complain and be like, Roman got 2 wins off of Rusev back-to-back, I think I'd still be like, all right, we have a conclusion for a good match, and this made Roman look strong again. And then New Day, of course. Even though it was another New Day versus Club, this was just another layer to that feud.
It was just another it was a quality tag match.
Yeah, that might not end. So, what would you give it? I know you said 10.
Let's go. Let's give it a 9.
All right.
Oh.
Malin, what would you give it? You watched.
I would give it because of the live, I would say a 7.
All right, Lenny, what would you give it?
Personally, for me, this episode of Raw felt like Mr. McMahon said, we can't really compete with the presidential debate, so let's just have nothing go on.
I feel like that is what he thought.
Let's make this the filler episode of Monday Night Raw.
Without filler characters, that's the problem. Like, shoot, Malin, because then I have to tell you something that I thought would be funny.
You mean just like the snowstorm? Where we just rewatched the Royal Rumble?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I never want to deal with that ever again in my life. But,
no, please never remind me of that ever again.
But at least that was eventful.
Side note, I am ticked off.
There's no excuse for tonight besides the fact that Donald Trump and Hillary were arguing.
Seth Rollins should have cashed in that night. Who would have marked the heck out if Seth Rollins would have cashed in during the snowstorm? That would have been
hilarious. In the studio, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been perfect, but they missed that.
That would have been entertainment.
Because
that would have killed Seth Rollins' career.
No, because you can do a Money in the Bank cash in any WrestleMania, all right? But to do it during a historic snowstorm, all right,
that half the people aren't watching, and then they're gonna look stupid for not watching.
Exactly, because even though everyone's watching WrestleMania because you gave it away for free, you can still do a WrestleMania cash in like the next 30 WrestleManias from now. Like, just think about that. So there's that. I just, aside from the stuff with the filler, I just imagine if this filler Raw, Mullins went to Raw and all you saw was like Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Nia Jax promos, like very awkward stuff we would not see.
That's where I decided to wander the arena and find my way backstage, and then I end up in a segment.
They were just like, hey, you want to be a filler guy too? Come back here.
I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
So, basically, for my opinion, I'm going to give this Raw at least a 4 out of 10 because it was the filler episode, and you should not be giving filler episodes a 9.
Do you think, well, that's because Mullins was there, so he has that live.
So it's very
it's different.
But, Lenny, do you think it was better than Clash of Champions? Do you think the pay-per-view was better, or do you think this was better?
I think
both were equally as shitty.
I think both were very disappointing for what they were offering, but Clash of Champions gave more. We had Bayley in a championship match. We had death-defying
cruiserweight
stunts from Cesaro and Brian Kendrick and everyone else. I enjoyed Clash of Champions for what it was, even though there was disappointing results like New Day winning and Sasha Banks
Banks losing.
Losing. So honestly, this Raw was a repeat of Clash of Champions, and no results were made.
Miguel,
so a filler episode, as a strict definition.
Miguel, what would you give it?
I would honestly give it a 6 out of 10.
6. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it wasn't a good Raw. It wasn't a bad Raw. It was just a Raw. It was decent. It had its ups. It had its downs. It had its nowheres. And we did see some conclusions. I'll give it that. We did see the conclusion to the Sheamus and Cesaro thing. So I'm a bit happy with that. Other than that, a lot of other stuff, some bad stuff happened with the Kofi incident. So hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully Rollins is still okay. So,
I've seen a photo of him. He's fine.
Yeah, hopefully everything's okay with those guys. Because, God, we don't need more injuries. But there's that. So other than that, we'll see you for SmackDown. Hopefully SmackDown tears.
Yeah!